Everybody, clearing. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of a different reading. I'm going to ask, what is the purpose of this journey? Why are twin flames emerging as this paradigm on the planet right now? We get illumination in the reverse. Work in progress, I just heard. We are starting to be more conscious. So our love paradigms are following suit. They must. Everything, science, religion, love, teaching, art, healing, all rising, ascending together. Let's get an energetic card. Spine of fire, motivation, purpose, passion, true self. We are becoming more authentic and we require more authentic relationships. What can we see for contribution, purpose towards this? What are we asked to do? What is required? Soul and courage. Soul level courage. Let's get a card for a soul level courage. What can we see for soul and courage? Energetically, gate of returning, entrance, birth, death, and passage. Rebirth. So it's coming back around. We are returning to the garden, returning to purity, returning to innocence, returning to consciousness, returning to our wholeness. We are coming back into our own, into our soul, into our seat of consciousness within these temples. And so relationships must follow suit. Sweet. It's pretty simple. Let's see what we can for the divine masculines at this time. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What is it we can see for the twin collective that joins me here? The divine masculines. How are they thinking of the connections? Their divine counterpart. How are they feeling on the heart space for these connections at this time? For their counterpart. How are the divine masculines? What are the divine masculines wishing for their lives? What are they wishing towards these connections, in these connections? Shuffle again. What are they doing in their own lives and towards these connections? What is the biggest challenge? What is the spirit-guided solution and the direction these connections are going in the near future? Conscious mind. We are getting a Two of Wands and out of thin air. So out of thin air is in the reverse. So they can sense something coming. They can see that there are two life paths, the known and the road less traveled. They know this connection offers them something they have never experienced before, a level of consciousness they didn't really know existed or didn't think they'd really have access to, or didn't really understand what it would entail. They're starting to glimpse that, and they're seeing the known, the familiar, the status quo, more so than ever. So not completely out of thin air, but in a way it's that energetic layer versus the mundane 3D. This connection shows them the other thing. This is the aha moment that is starting to bring momentum in the next cycle. Hanged Man happens when the universe puts us in a headlock and we're forced to see things in a way we hadn't before. It's like a universally imposed or a universe imposed growth spurt. So divine masculines have just seen this aha moment. Wow, it might be a path of progress. It might be a better way. I'm being handed a get out of earth jail free card. So divine masculines, out of thin air is in the reverse because you manifested this. You manifested the heck out of this, divine masculines, because you've wanted it. You've wanted a solution. You've wanted a better way. You've wanted meaning in life. You've wanted it all, so to speak, and here it is. This is your counterpart, divine masculines, that can take you there, that together you can live that extraordinary life. Interesting. What are the masculines thinking about their counterpart? Temperance, healing, and I can do it in the reverse. They are seeing the great deal of healing and balance, the composure that you roll with. Divine Feminine, they're also seeing how they respond differently to you, how they have an opportunity. What I really just heard is that you are a perfect mirror, and all their shenanigans, everything they've tried to throw at you, you just keep reflecting it back to them. Because of your non-action, because of not engaging in things that are karmic, because of being that perfect mirror, they only have their own cause and effect to deal with. It is so interesting. This is also, for you divine feminines watching, what happens when the divine masculines don't come forward. You also get to try all these different modes of approach, and some of them hit, some of them don't. It happens both ways. But right now, divine masculines are realizing that you're healed, and they're trying to find an in. They're trying to figure out how can they match your energy at this current state. So they are thinking about it, and they're doing the inner work. They're seeing the patterns. They're seeing the interconnectedness of this journey, this dynamic, the things that have happened, the things that have worked, the things that haven't worked. They're gaining confidence to believe in themselves that they can do it. They're balancing out so that they can be in non-attachment, whether they know that word or not. They are literally sensing and feeling the calm, cool, collected that will allow them to come forward and trust that they can approach without fear of rejection, with no expectation, and just show up in your energy, open to what may come. Interesting messages. What are the masculines feeling on the heart space? 8 of Wands and the answer to prayer. So energetically, they know this is something extraordinary beyond their current developmental stage. You have put them out of their comfort zone, so much so that it's just dawning on them now, even after all this time, how miraculous, how advanced, how different this is in a good way. It's like, be careful what you ask for, you might just get it. They didn't bargain on this kind of energetic connection as the answer to what they were asking for. But in this new paradigm, the energetic essence and truth of something must be present and included in order for the 3D to follow suit. In an old energy, we used to be able to fake it and wear a mask and play the 3D game. Not anymore. We're all ascending into more accountability. And so divine masculines, you can't cut corners and just have the image of what you're asking for. This is how you get the foundational energy for what you've been asking for. Your divine counterpart represents the true foundation, the true energetic answer to prayer. And that is something that humanity hasn't fully accessed in the 3D. It is extraordinary. Gone is the time when we could have like the cardboard cutout version or the poster version. Now it has to be authentic on these deeper layers, or it's not sufficiently safancifying. The devil, the illusion, this is in the reverse. So the 3D is giving way to the deeper, this superficial stuff, the illusion of the material realm. It's deepening, it's expanding. It is not just surface anymore. What are the masculines feeling on the heart space for their divine counterpart? 4 of Swords, it's sinking in. Is it kind? Starting to see that karmic partners, because this is the healing after the third parties, this is, you know, other energies. Doesn't have to be a person, can be a family dynamic, a work scenario, karmic paradigms, ways of thinking, can be anything that's at odds with this connection, can be romantic partners and all of that, but they are healing. It's beginning to sink in that the difference is kindness. Divine feminines are truly kind. Whatever else was going on, it didn't have a kind vibe to it. It had an agenda. It had an alternative motive, ulterior motive Divine masculines are starting to catch on to that you have just shown up in love, divine feminine, and whatever that other thing was, the seed of it, the beginning of it, the initiation of it was not based in kindness. This is starting to become a measure of what they want to align with. This is the ascended juggling. They are balancing out and making new choices in the physical in accordance with a higher understanding, a more energetically wise, sound choice. You are helping them do that. You are the contrast that is showing them a better way. What is the wish for the masculines in their own lives at this time? The sun, and I see the big picture in the reverse. So their eyes are being opened. They have hope. They have this positive reassurance. They don't know the details yet. They don't know totally how it's going to all play out or what it all means, but they're starting to feel a growing comfort, joy. I'm getting that feeling of being in the sun, and it's all warm and relaxed feeling. So they're easing up. They don't know all the answers, but they're wishing for a general sense of joy. Follow your bliss, I just heard. So they do want to have lives that are more easygoing, spontaneous, free, simple, fun, adventurous, and the world. So yeah, cycles are closing out with the people-pleasing, duty, disempowering, emasculating. They're really wanting to just be allowed to be them, to be themselves, to relax and be themselves. This is dawning on them that they have been uptight, stick in the muds, and they've been hanging on to certain things that have made them not nice people. What can we see for? What are they wishing towards this connection? Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yes, they're wanting to make the cuts. They're wanting to cut anything out that does not align with this connection. They're saying yes. So any of the karmic feminine energies, they're imprinting. This is the karmic mother. They're wanting to say yes, even if those around would not agree. What else can we see for that? Yeah, this is the blockage. This is what has caused a blockage, is this Queen of Swords, tactless. This is lack of grace, not proper tact. So whatever that unkind, callous, prejudice, judgmental energy was that they had chirping at them, saying this connection wasn't going to be beneficial or viable. Something undermined them, whether in their world or in their internal thoughts. It caused a blockage. Now they are making the cut to choose this connection. They are coming towards this. They are finding the way towards this. Their truth says there's something more here. Explore it. Go towards it. The eclipse is such a sexual energy. Make love to it. Connect with the feminine. Explore the sensual connection with the feminine. So specifically, I'm getting the sexual vibe here, that there was some rationale, the thoughts, the swords, whatever this imprinting or this idea of what is appropriate for a feminine counterpart to be has changed. That is being left behind, and there's a yes towards this one. There's a choice. They are choosing this. What is the action that the masculines are taking in their own lives? The moon in the reverse, and home is where the heart is in the reverse. So they're really digging deep into the subconscious. Some might be having dreams of you, feeling like they're living in a life with you, imagining what a life with you would be, living together, being in physical closeness, what true nurture would be, what would actually feel cozy to their soul daily, the kind of life that they would like. They're starting to invest in that future. They're starting to go towards these things that really mean the most to them, even if their imprinting, their challenges would say that those aren't appropriate. They are still going to go towards these connections. What is the action they're taking that will come straight to your connection? No longer juggling. They're making the steps in the physical, the tentative steps, the baby steps without fear. They're beginning to make their decisions without fear, no longer filtering through that karmic idea. The karmic ideal is different than the energetic ideal. The karmic ideal is steeped in fear-based caution, naysaying, protection methods, survival templates. When we come out of those things, we go towards the things that actually feel good, the things that are actually supportive, the things that are abundant. So they're making those changes. They're no longer playing it safe. They're stepping on their destined path. They're reaching for the stars. They're going for gold. They're going the distance. They're going for speed. They're getting there. They're going for their extraordinary lives. They're individuating. No fear. What is the biggest challenge? Strength, ego, humility, and free spirit. Understanding that it's arrogant and egotistical to adhere to the wishes of others at our own expense. It is humble to allow for our heart to inform us, to soften, to listen to that still small voice, to listen to that guiding, that spiritual essence, the energetic knowing. It's actually humble to drop in and pay attention to what our heart tells us we should do. This is the challenge, is not pretending they know, not upholding the status quo, not being that good leader in the eyes of everyone else, but truly following their heart. This is a transformation. This is the challenge. We are creatures of habit, and the masculines don't have examples in the 3D, the material realm. They have to get this through meditation, through higher guidance, through innovation, through visionary pursuits, through allowing the love to open their eyes to what is possible, not to simply emulate what is known. This is the challenge. What is the solution? Page of Pentacles, the kindness, signs and synchronicities. This is so cool because this is kind of coming up today in personal readings. When we see signs and synchronicities, they are there when we're in alignment to confirm, to support, to encourage, to congratulate. It's like a celebration. It's like the universe is celebrating with us. When you're in alignment, you're going to see more signs and synchronicities. When you're not in alignment, you won't see those things. Those are fanfare for you to keep going in the right direction. It means you're on the right path, you're in the right place at the right time. So keep this up, everybody. Be in kindness, be in presence, and you will see the signs and synchronicities that point you in your right direction. This is the truth. You're going to have confirmations. Ask for these. If you don't have these, understand that if you don't know which way to go, if you don't know what your heart is telling you, start strengthening that muscle by asking for confirmations. Keep asking for confirmations, divine masculines. This is how you can learn to know when you're in alignment with yourself or not. The things that feel good, go for it. If you see signs and synchronicities that say yes, 1 and 2 layers deep, all the more so you are in alignment. That's your reflection into the holographic fractal universe saying yes, confirmed, keep going, can do that, yes. What can we see for the direction in the near future? Knight of Cups, long-term success, self-love, dropping in, allowing each of us to enjoy this existence by following our bliss, by feeling the support, by seeing the signs and synchronicities, by being cared for by the universe, by the nature of reality itself in these ways. For our long-term success, we're going into things that are life-affirming, more exciting, more passionate, more alive. Son of Pentacles in the reverse. 2 Knights in the reverse. This is inner action, inner permission. But the Knight of Pentacles in this deck talks about being too stubborn, attached to particular outcomes. This is opening the mind, seeing beyond the limitations of what you once thought was possible and going towards that destined path, the higher timelines. So yes, divine masculines, these connections do represent next level stuff. What can we see for the feminines watching? One card for the feminines at this time. Well, we got 3. So the first one was attraction. The energy of attraction amplifies the qualities that attract and support us on our journey towards inner balance and harmony. So everything coming towards you right now is supporting you, divine feminines. This can be that suddenly you're starting to see you have a whole lot of masculine energies drawn to you like a moth to a flame. Pay attention to the things that people are drawn to you for right now. I'm hearing for many you've wondered how others perceive you, where you fit in, how others recognize you or not, what they think of you. If you're worthy, many are coming into the worthiness, and now you're going to see a lot of people attracted to you, desiring good things for you, encouraging you. This should bring you a lot of peace. Also, if you are, not getting response from your divine counterpart, this can be a confirmation that you are attractive. This is also opportunities and networking and new ideas coming from all around towards you as you start aligning more and more with your purpose. This is an amplification, speeding up. We also have sensuality. It reminds us that as spirits in human bodies, we are sensual beings experiencing joy and pleasure from the physical world through our senses. So this attraction, pay attention to where it's authentic and where it's contrived. Balance. Our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our 3-dimensional and multi-dimensional layers of reality. So there is attraction on many levels, spiritual and sensual. Differentiate between the two. Don't over-sexualize attraction. Don't diminish sensual attraction if it's authentically there, with or without your twin. Pay attention to everything. Open your eyes without judgment and see where you're at that way. Where your sense of place and belonging, what frequency of interactions are you attracting? Do you need to make any adjustments? Right now, our reality is becoming even more crystal clear on reflecting what we are. It's becoming more crisp, in focus that way. And so it's never been a more accurate representation of who we are becoming. Because we are attuning more authentically, our reality is following suit. What can we see for the masculines? Joy. Here's that sun following the bliss. Joy activates our feelings of happiness and well-being and supports a high vibrational frequency in our being. So divine masculines who have said that the divine feminine is too spiritual, too woo-woo, too positive, not realistic, naive, too good to be true, fake, who is like that. For any divine masculines, you're coming into a frequency of joy where you're feminine and their demeanor is about to make more and more sense. You're catching the vibe, you are aligning with aliveness, and your frequency is rising, and pretty soon your feminine is going to be the only one that will do. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.